Bonjour yogis! Welcome back to your practice and our Feminine Flow yoga series. Today we're going to be honoring the inner spring. This is otherwise known as the follicular phase in the menstrual cycle. And this is a wonderful time of blossoming energy. So when we are coming out of our menstrual period, we have a sudden rise in estrogen and a rise in energy in the body. This is a time when your creativity feels really heightened, your brain power seems to be working just a little bit better, and you feel really energized and motivated to start new projects. Oftentimes we will naturally feel happier and more energetic during this phase of our cycle, and it's also a really great time for new beginnings. So you can think about this sort of like the waxing phase of the moon as well, if you're familiar with how those cycles work, where this is the action of planning. This is where we start to put into motion maybe some of the ideas or the breakthroughs that came to us during our menstrual phase. So today, physically in our practice, we're going to work on honoring that energy of inner spring with a vinyasa practice. So we're going to try some fun and creative postures together. We're going to get really into the body with some movement through the breath, and we're just going to prioritize connecting with ourselves and having fun. So you don't need any props for this practice, though you're always free to bring along a block for extra support if you like. And when you're ready, let's meet in a seat. So let's take a moment here and get ourselves comfortable. So move the flesh out from your sitting bones. Sit up nice and tall, and when you're ready, relax your hands onto your knees and close your eyes. Let's take a few deep breaths in through the nose and out through the mouth. Again, in through the nose, out through the mouth. Good. Take a few more here just like that, just arriving onto your mat. Clearing away anything from earlier in your day. Bringing yourself gently into the here and now. Let's take one more round of clearing breath here. Good, then softly close your lips and just allow your breath to flow naturally in and out of the nostrils here. Begin to soften the muscles around your jaw and your forehead. Beginning to notice if there's anywhere in your body here that you can soften and relax. Take a gentle scan of the physical body here at the beginning of our practice and just notice kind of where we are today. Notice if there are any areas that feel maybe extra tight or a little more tense than usual. Starting to strengthen this power of inner listening that we have as you listen inwards to the body. Let's take one more breath. Now from here, we're going to stay in our seats, and I'm going to walk you through the cultivation of Ujjayi Pranayama. It's a cleansing breath that we use to guide us in our vinyasa practice. And it's also a really wonderful tool to kind of help us focus on as we move through our sequence today. So for Ujjayi breath, you want to have a soft constriction in the back of your throat, like you were fogging up a mirror. So take a moment and just practice that exhale breath, pretending like you were fogging up your bathroom mirror. And let's try that again together. Fog up your mirror. Good. Now with Ujjayi breath, we want to use that same energy in the throat on the inhale breath as well. So try it on the inhale. Take a few more rounds of practice. Keeping it intentional but light still, never forcing or pressing anything. One more round. And now keep all of that in the back of the throat, all of that sound. Just close your lips. You'll hear the Ujjayi breath move into the back of the throat. And it becomes this sort of internal cleansing technique that we use throughout our practice. Let's take just a few more rounds here together. Ujjayi pranayama. Breathing nice and deep and smooth. Softly begin to open up your eyes when you're ready. So we'll work to strengthen and cultivate that Ujjayi breath through our practice, but just know that if you ever fall out of it or if you lose the rhythm as we go along, that's okay. Just come back to it whenever you can. So staying in our seat for just one moment longer, let's begin to open up into the spine. So let's inhale, come into an open-hearted chest, open throat as you rock forward on the sitting bones in a seated cow pose. And then as you exhale, we'll round the spine, draw the belly and the chin backwards, coming into a seated cat position. Good, inhale, belly draws forward, rock onto the front of your sitting bones, open up your heart and your throat. And exhale, take it back. Good, continue just like this here, a few more rounds, moving with that Ujjayi breath. Beginning to free up space in the spine here, one more round. Good, let's come back to a neutral spine as you're ready. And now we're just going to take some circles around your hips with your spine, whichever direction you want to start in. Just moving the ribs from the side to the front, to the side and to the back. Beginning to bring some fluidity and movement into your body. Good. Keeping your Ujjayi breath here. We'll do 2 more rounds, moving in whatever way feels good to you. Good. Take a slight pause wherever you are, and then we'll reverse the direction of your circles. So going in the opposite motion. Around to the side and back. Maybe bringing the shoulders and the chin into this movement if you haven't yet already. Just moving in whatever way feels intuitive. One more round of breath. Beautiful. Then slowly make your way to stillness, maybe making your circles smaller, smaller. Good. Coming back to your seats. Coming back to stillness. Beautiful movement. Now let's transition here onto our hands and knees for a tabletop pose. So bring your hands under your shoulders and your knees under your hips, creating one long line with the spine here. We'll extend the left leg out long behind you, tucking the toes and pressing into the back heel. So just waking up the back of the left leg a little bit here, feeling the hamstrings and the back of the thigh engage. And press the ground away from you as you puff up through the back body. And then engaging the low belly, let's lift the left toes up off the mat. You want to try to keep your hips square towards the ground here, not kicking up too high. So dropping that left hip down just a little bit if you need to. Bringing the weight onto your left hand, engage your low belly, looking down at the mat. Let's lift the right fingertips up, thumb towards the ceiling, arms stretched out long. Good, engage the low belly, find strength and stability here. Good, we'll take one more breath here. And on your exhale, draw your elbow and your knee in towards the middle. Puff up the back body, draw everything in nice and tight. And then we'll inhale, extend back out long. Exhale, draw it in. Inhale, extend. Good, let's do two more just like that. Use your breath. Nice and fluid. Let's extend one final time. Deep inhale, breath, and exhale, release down, tabletop pose. Walk your hands towards the very top of your mat. Keep your knees where they are. Reach your hips back and drop your forehead and chest down towards the mat for just a really brief puppy pose here. Relaxing into the back of the shoulders. Take one deep breath. Good. Inhale, slowly lift up out of the shoulders. Walk your hands back underneath your shoulders, so bringing them in closer to the body. And then we'll extend the right leg out long this time. So keeping the toes grounded here at first, just press back through the heel, engaging through the thigh, the low belly. But soften the back of your neck if you can, so maybe even shake the head out. Good, let's lift the right toes as you're ready. Strengthen the core. And inhale, left arm floats forward this time for spinal balance. As you exhale, let's draw it in, elbow to knee. And inhale, extend. Exhale, draw it in. Inhale, extend. Again, two more here. You're moving with your breath. Almost like you were dancing. Good, inhale, extend out one more time. And exhale, release, tabletop pose. Good. Let's walk the hands forward just a pace. Tuck the back toes, and as you're ready, lift the hips up and back. Let's find downward facing dog. Good, take one deep breath here, rolling the shoulders away from your ears. Pressing strong through all 10 fingertips. And inhale, look forward towards your fingertips, and let's exhale. Bring your feet to your hands at the top of your mat. Coming to a forward fold, releasing everything through the crown of your head. We'll inhale, lift up halfway, hands on your shins, nice flat back. And exhale, fold it in. We'll come up to stand, nice and slow. Inhale, you can reach the arms out to the sides and then up to the sky. Hands to heart, exhale. And let's move through a Surya Namaskar B here to warm up the body. So let's lift up through the arms on your inhale breath, and exhale, sit down into a chair pose, Utkatasana, engaging the low belly. So drop the tailbone down towards the floor, weight is in your heels, strength in the belly. Take an inhale breath, and we'll exhale, slowly fold forward. Halfway lift, inhale, breath. And exhale, plant your hands. Let's step back to a plank pose. Take an extra breath here. Inhale, press the ground away from you and engage the low belly. And as you exhale, let's lower all the way down. Inhale, baby cobra pose. So press the ground away from you as you lift the chest and keep your elbows in towards your ribs. And exhale, lower. Let's do that one more time. That feels really good. Inhale, baby cobra pose. Press away from the mat as you lift the chest. Open the throat. And exhale, release down. Good. Let's tuck the toes. Come back, downward facing dog, pressing away from the mat, lifting your hips up and back. Let's inhale, lift the left leg up high in the sky behind you, kicking out through your toes. And exhale, bend the knees, step forward for warrior one. So back heel finds the mat, your hips square to the front. And inhale, press down through your feet and rise up through the chest and through your arms. Good. Relax the shoulders, down away from the ears, lengthen up through the sides of your body. We're going to inhale here, just arch the back very gently as you open the heart up towards the sky, opening up the throat, just the smallest of back bends here. And then we're going to exhale, fly forward. So let your chest fall forward towards your knee, your arms sweep to the back as you extend through the crown of your head. And then inhale, press down, rise back up. And exhale, fly forward. Good, again, two more just like that. Inhale, rise. Exhale, coming forward. Again, very fluid with your movement here. Let's take one more. Exhale, chest draws forward. We'll come back up to stand deep. Inhale, breath. And on your exhale, bring your hands to the mat. Step back, plank pose. Again, take an inhale, breath here. Engage the low belly, press away from the ground. And exhale, lower. Baby cobra pose, inhale, breath. Exhale, downward facing dog. Take a breath in. And a breath out. Let's inhale, lift the right leg up high in the sky. Same pose, second side, coming forward, warrior one. Back heel spins down, rise on an inhale breath. Use the strength of your breath to pull you up and lift you out of your heart and your hips. Take a breath here at the top. Let's extend through the fingertips, opening the heart and the throat up towards the sky, keeping the bend strong in your front knee. Exhale, fly forward, hinge from your hips, arms extend back, crown of the head reaches forward, and inhale, rise. Finding your dance with your breath here, exhale forward. Inhale up. Two more here. You can make this as dramatic as it feels good to you to do. One more. Good, rinsing it all off. On your next exhale, hands find the floor. Plank pose, inhale. And exhale, lower. Maybe upward facing dog is there for you in your body today, lifting the thighs and the knees up off the mat. And exhale, downward facing dog. Take 2 deep, full breaths. Reconnecting with your Ujjayi pranayama. And one more here. Inhale, look forward towards your fingertips, and exhale, travel to the top of your mat in a forward fold. Let it all hang out through the crown of your head. We'll inhale, halfway lift, and exhale, lower back down. Inhale into Utkatasana, chair pose, bend your knees, sit low, arms extend out, low belly strong. Exhale, stand all the way up, hands to heart center, Tadasana. Close your eyes and take a breath. Let's inhale, reach the hands up again, extending all the way up to the sky. And exhale, fold forward, hands to the ground, belly melting over your thighs. We'll halfway lift on an inhale breath. This time exhale, just step your left foot back. So come into a lunge position here with the right knee still bent forward. Keep the left knee lifted as you reach the heart forward towards the front of your mat, and breathe into that back quadriceps. You should feel a good stretch there. Good. Take a moment here to soften around your shoulders and the back of your neck. One more breath. Let's exhale, release the back knee down and untuck your toes. We'll make our way to a runner's stretch. So let your hips shift back, extending into the right leg. Lift your toes up off the mat. Take a moment to bring the right hip back in space as you extend your heart forward towards your toes. Feel how that lengthens you across the back of your right leg. And then if it feels good, you can start to draw your nose down and in towards your knee. Let's take a breath here. And we'll inhale, look forward towards your toes, and exhale, walk back forward to your lunge. Now from here, tuck your back toes, lift your back knee again. We're going to travel over to the left towards the long edge of your mat, where we're going to meet in Skandasana. So flip onto the heel of your left leg, toes come up towards the sky, and you come to rest on the ball of your right foot. So you should feel nice extension there in the inner left thigh. Now here you can practice with balance by bringing your hands up to your heart, or you can keep the fingertips grounded, whatever feels best. We're going to travel up and over to the other side here. As you inhale, walk or hover over to the left side now with the right leg extended, toes up towards the sky. Good. We're going to do that same switch one more time here. Again, if you're keeping your fingers on the ground or traveling with hands at the heart. Inhale, lift up and over. One more. Inhale, lift up and over. Beautiful. Let's all release the hands down. So now you're going to turn to face the back of your mat, where we're going to meet in lunge at the back. So your left foot should be forward, your right leg is extended behind you, knee up off the mat, and heart reaches forward. And take a moment here, breathing into the back of the leg. And let's release the right knee down, untuck your toes. Make your way to runner's stretch, so extend the heart forward and exhale. Hips come towards the back of your mat, left leg extends, toes towards the ceiling. Reaching the left hip back, heart reaches forward, and fold in slowly. Just a bit of a roundedness in the spine here. One more breath. And inhale, start to look forward towards your toes, and exhale, walk back, low lunge. Tuck the right toes again, lift the back knee up, and Skandasana, this time traveling over to the right side towards that long edge of your mat. Right toes turn up, come to balance on the ball of your left foot. Good, let's inhale, come up and over to the front. And up and over to the back, moving with slow intention here. We'll do one more round to get to the front. And then release your hands, turn to face the front of your mat once again. Good, take just a breath in your low lunge. And exhale, step the right foot back, plank pose. Inhale, breath nice and strong, press the ground away from you. And exhale, lower all the way down. Open-hearted inhale. Exhale, release down. Tuck your toes, press up and back, Find downward facing dog. Beautiful. Let's lift the left leg up again here in the sky together, and exhale, step it forward, coming into warrior two. So back heel spins down. The right arm can help you open up towards the long edge of your mat, gazing forward over your front fingertips. We're going to inhale, straighten the front leg, extend your arms up high towards the sky, and exhale, fall into triangle pose so that your right hip shift back as your left arm extends down, right hand reaches up. So stacking one hip on top of another, one shoulder on top of another. As you breathe into that top right hip and into the side body, you should feel some nice good opening there. Let's take one more breath. Good. Inhale, hinge at the hips, pick yourself back up, bend into the front knee, warrior two. And exhale your way back into peaceful warrior. Right arm can rest down the back thigh, left hand reaches up and over. Good. Deep breath in and out. Inhale, come forward again, warrior two, and exhale, both hands spiral down towards the floor. I want you to come back into three limb dog. So inhale, extend your left leg all the way up and out, back behind you. And exhale, let's bend the knee and start to stack open your hips. Now from here, you're free to stay here just in your opened hips, or if you want to drop off into wild thing, extending so that your left toes can come to touch the floor behind you. Lift your left hand off of the mat and press both hips up towards the sky as your left hand reaches up and forward towards the front of your mat. Wherever you are, breathe in and out. Remember, it's all about play and having fun here today, wherever you are. One more breath. Good. To release, let's let the left hand come back down to the mat. You'll release out in three limb dog, left leg extends out, and exhale back, downward facing dog. Good. Your choice if you want to rinse off with a vinyasa here, or stay in downward facing dog to rest. Your choice. It's all about noticing where your energy is today. No need to force or press into anything. Okay, let's all take a breath in downward facing dog. Ujjayi pranayama. Good. Let's lift the right leg up nice and high. Inhale, breath. Exhale, warrior two. Second side, stepping through and spiraling open. Gazing over the front fingertips, engaging the low belly. Extend your front leg, reach both hands up towards the sky. Inhale, breath, and exhale, triangle pose. So here it's less about trying to reach all the way down towards the floor and more about trying to open up through the left side body so you can spiral open looking up towards the ceiling. Let's take one deep full breath here together. Hinge from your hips, come back up, warrior two, bending into the front knee, and exhale, come back, peaceful warrior. And we'll come back up, warrior two. Use your exhale to plant both hands on the ground. Again, come back three limb dog. So right leg stretches all the way back and out behind you. And let's exhale, bend the knee, stack open your hips. Again, your choice, wherever you want to go here. You can stay with stacked hips or dropping off into wild thing. Right hand comes up off of the mat so your right toes can touch back behind you and open the heart up towards the ceiling. Deep full breath. opening up into your creative expansion here. One more. And exhale, start to slowly make your way back over. Right hand touches down. You can lift the right leg back up behind you. It's okay if it's not the most graceful transition. Meet back in downward facing dog. Again, your choice if you want to rinse off with one final vinyasa or rest. We'll all meet in downward facing dog. When you're ready, good. Let's all come back down onto our knees. Draw the big toes together. Let's nestle down into a child's pose here, extending the arms out long in front of you. And take a moment here, just close the eyes, begin to catch your breath. Maybe coming back to that soft and gentle rhythm of your inhales and your exhales. And begin to slowly lift up through the chest, pressing into the palms. Let's walk the hands back in towards the body. Come to sit on your heels, drawing the knees together. So we'll take a variation of Gomukasana here together. So feel free to stay seated on your heels, or if it would feel better, to swing the legs out in front of you and take a cross-legged position. That works too. So what I want you to do first and foremost is to reach both hands up overhead. Extend through the sides of your body. Now we're going to take the right hand here, bend from the elbow and draw your fingertips down the base of your back. Now the left hand is going to swoop down, bending at the elbow from underneath, and fingertips reach up towards your right. Now maybe you can clasp on to your right hand here and work on extending the elbows away from each other and opening the heart up. But if you can't quite reach, that's okay. Feel free to just hang on to your shirt. And wherever you are, I want you to try to open your heart up towards the ceiling, breathing into the chest, but engaging the low belly just a little bit. Doing great here. We're going to close the eyes and take 5 deep full breaths here. Imagining you could flood your heart with air, clearing out any extra space that you need. Breaths here. See if you can come back to your Ujjayi breath, fogging up your mirror with inhales and exhales. And let's slowly begin to release your hands, slowly unravel through the arms, and then I want you to reach around and just give yourself a big hug. Reaching around towards the shoulder blades, drop your chin in towards your chest. Just take a breath here. And you can softly release. So now we'll come into the second side here together. Let's extend both arms up overhead. This time the left elbow bends down, fingertips coming down the nape of your neck, and right arm sweeps down, around, and up, finding either your fingertips or your shirt. Drawing the elbows away from each other as you peel your heart open, maybe even opening into the throat just a little bit. And close your eyes and find some softness here. This is such a vulnerable pose. We're opening ourselves up so much around the heart and the front body. So give yourself that space to be vulnerable here. Take 2 more breaths. Start to slowly release. Again, reach around, just give yourself a big hug. Holding on to opposite shoulders, dropping the chin down and in. And just give yourself a little love. Say thank you for showing up for this practice today. And then you can release your hands. Softly open up your eyes. Let's transition slowly down onto our backs here. Keeping your feet on the floor, your knees towards the sky. And then we're going to draw the left ankle up onto the right knee, creating a figure 4 shape here. Starting to soften down towards the end of our practice. If you have extra space in the hip, you can lift the right foot up off of the mat, drawing the knees in towards the belly, interlacing your hands either at the back of your right thigh or reaching around for the front of your shin. Wherever you are, just keep that left foot flexed. Start to soften the back body into the ground. Sending your breath maybe down into the hips. Feel yourself creating some space here. Just beginning to soften and slow down. And softly release the grip of your hands, bringing the right foot back down to the floor. Uncross and take a moment just to let your knees sway from side to side here. Taking it nice and slow. To center and take your time. We'll find the second side. This time drawing the right ankle up onto the left knee, and again lifting up to the depth of this pose that feels good to you. And maybe that means just keeping that left foot grounded. That's okay. Go wherever it feels nourishing to you today. And then when you get there, just close your eyes and soften through your breath. Softly release. Left foot back to the floor, uncrossing the legs. And again, just taking that gentle side to side if that feels nice for you. And feel free that if it feels really good in one side, feel free to just hang out there for a little bit. And this whole series, this whole practice is about creating a deeper connection of listening to our bodies. Right, so as we make our way into our Shavasana, see if you can listen in to the body here. Let's bring one hand onto our bellies, one hand onto our hearts. Begin to soften the muscles around your jaw, behind your eyelids, and across your forehead. And just listen here. Take a deep, full breath in through the nose and let it go. Start to move gently through the feet and the hands. Let's draw the ankles together, stretch out through your toes and extend your arms out behind you, reaching out in both directions for a big long stretch. Then bending the knees, make your way softly over to one side. Keeping your eyes closed here. Pressing up into a comfortable seat. Ending just as we began here together. Let's draw the hands up to heart center. Bowing the chin down and in towards the fingers. Taking a moment of gratitude here for your body and for your heart. And thank them for showing up here. Thank yourself for allowing yourself to blossom open and be playful and have fun here in this way. And if anything, this beautiful inner spring reminds us that we can always create a fresh new start, no matter what. Your past doesn't define you. It's the next steps that you take that make the difference. Jai. Thank you so much for your practice today. Namaste.